Hey, hey, I am back for another installment of this Women's History Month conversations with people that are in my circle that I have just known, admire, love, all those good things. And so today we are talking to none other than another dolphin is in the house, another Whitney Young dolphin is in the house, and we are talking to Coach Mo. And for those of you that know her, you love her, you appreciate her, you enjoy her, all of the things. Monique Spence, who is better known as Coach Mo, is with us today. Coach Mo!
I feel like we should do the Cabbage Patch or something. Dolphins, house dolphins activate.
Dolphins in the house. I'm so happy to have you with us here today as we are starting to round out the month.
It's
So,
been a
why
good
don't you tell
month.
the people it is a good month? It's been great. It's March. It's my
Yeah,
baby's birthday. It's Women's History Month, International Women's Day, all the good things.
all of that, all of that.
All of
Yes.
that. So, who are you? Who is
Ooh,
Coach Mo?
ooh. Well, you know what? Okay, so I'm an only child. That's who Coach Mo is. Raised by a single parent. That's who Coach Mo is. And my mother was always very particular about no nicknames. So Coach Mo is so out of my comfort zone, but I love it because my entire life, my mother was like, Monique is your name. Ain't calling you nothing else. People wanted to call me China because of my eyes or all kind of stuff, girl. People wanted to call me. And she was like, none of that. You ain't going to be punking or grow up and not know your name. So growing up, she never, ever, 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 ever let me have. So it was actually Reverend Wells from CUT who named me Coach Mo. This I don't even know what the question was. But that's what happens when you have an interview. Um, and we were shooting a commercial and for Burning Bowl, and he was like, "Yeah," and Coach Mo, and I was like, oh, "I think I love it. Okay, Coach Mo it is."
You're like, yes, I'm Coach Mo. I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to wear it.
Yes. And you know what? It just stuck. It made clear the transition of what I do now in life coaching. That, the answer to the question, oh, Monique who? Coach Mo, Monique Spence, any of that. It's the answer to the question. But I am a fun loving, excitable, easily excitable person that never thought that my joy and happy, because I am an only child, would come from other people being joyous and happy. Never
Mm.
thought that. Never in the plans.
I love that. I absolutely love that. And you know, it's interesting. I feel like that's my connection too, right? Being an only
Mhm.
child, I'm the same way. Like one of my friends, I'll never forget, he was just like, people show up for you because you show up for people because you treat everybody like your brother and sister. And I was like, for real?
Yes.
I never thought about that. And I was just like, I do. Everybody's my brother and sister. I'd be like, yes, I love my friends.
I love my friends. My friends are my family. So the other thing to know about me is that I come from a really old family. So most of my family is deceased. So I
Mm.
have my friends literally are my family. My mother's still alive, but just about the rest of my family, immediate family that I knew growing up and spending holidays with, all those people are at the cemetery. So I joke with my mother sometimes. I'll be like, do you think they'll put us out if we take the barbecue grill and have a family reunion at the cemetery? She
So
thinks I'm
what?
crazy, but hell, that's where they are. So I don't know what else to do. But that's me, trying to keep her engaged in the light of it all. So
Absolutely.
it's
That's great. I love that. You got to
yeah, so
keep it
it's an
light and
interesting
airy,
blend.
right? Keep it light and
Yes,
airy.
yes. So my life is an interesting blend of friends and clients who have become friends and friends from every iteration of my businesses along the way too.
I love it. I love it. Well, let's get into our four questions for this Women's History Month interview. And as you know, my hashtag that I love to use is always about obstacle to opportunity. So, what I'd like to know first is what is an obstacle that you have been able to turn into an opportunity?
My entire life. Because the one thing I never planned for was Coach Mo. I never planned to be a life coach. It wasn't a thing. And I was never into psychology or therapy or anything like that. I've got a marketing background, and I have turned my entire life from, I call it the Mo's. So, first there was music business Mo when I was marketing and promoting and a sales executive for Sony Music. That was my first life, which seems like forever ago. And then I left corporate America, started my own business, and that was a marketing company. So then there was marketing Mo, right? So I worked with small businesses doing business branding. And 15 years ago, that was a really big deal. Corporation or small businesses didn't even have websites or newsletters or hell logos for that matter. So I moved in and did branding in that space, kind of fusing my corporate to my entrepreneurial small business feel. And then I decided, nope, that got hard financially in '08 when the market crashed. And I went into the t-shirt business. Then there was t-shirt Mo. And then from t-shirt Mo, I went back to marketing and did experiential marketing for liquor brands. And then nope, that's when I turned into media Mo. Yep, media Mo. And actually, right in there is where the transition occurred, that me on this happy kick and staying happy was actually the conversation. People would start to ask me, why are you so happy? I know your this just happened, or your business just did this, or your auntie just died, or these things happened. And then what? Why are you so happy? So I started talking about that. And right around the media time, I started being just more vocal about the things that I had done in my personal life to continue to pivot and continue to reinvent and continue to be resilient and turn obstacles into opportunities. And it started off real simple, girl. I would tell people, my phone don't ring unless I'm happy. So if I'm happy, my
Mm,
phone rings and new opportunities come, and then I can pivot and do the next thing. And so my decision to be an entrepreneur, no matter what, came about 15 years ago when I left corporate America. And the goal was to do work that didn't feel like work ever again. And so
mhm.
all of that became Coach Mo. And now I teach and train people every day on how to be happy so they phone ring.
I love it. I love it. Not only do you do that, you invite. Where do you invite them to? You invite them
The
to what?
red chair, to the red
The
chair,
red
girl.
chair.
Yes.
Get
And the
you a
red
red
chair,
chair
girl, the
session.
red chair was around long before Jada came with that old table. I ain't hating on Jada, but she in my red space. She in my space. But we've been rocking in this red chair, girl. It's been 8 years now. It's been
Oh,
eight
that's
years.
awesome.
So
That
it
is
has been a
awesome.
journey, a little bit at a time. At first, I didn't even think, are people gonna pay me to talk to them? Like, I've been
Yes.
talking to people for free for a long time. And when I, took the first leap, I started with a group and then turned it into one-on-ones. And from there, it's just been from retreats to big speaking engagements. But my heart is still with my one-on-ones. And so I watch people's lives transform from where they don't want to be to much closer to where they want to be, to dreaming up exactly what it is they want to do, which people don't always know. Sometimes you got to figure it out
I
first.
love it. I love it. And you have a testimony here from Tiffany
Yes,
Lee saying, and she does a
yes.
great job. And
She's one
listen,
of
I
my
just want to
faves.
look, she said you were her fave. So, and I just want to, I'm typically not plugging folks' business and stuff, but I have to throw this in. So my first red chair session came because Mo put out, a call needing some help for her burning bowl that she was doing on her own. And I was like, oh, I'm here. I'm not doing anything. My daughter was with my in laws. So I was like, cool. So she's like, thank you for your help. I'm going to give you a red chair session. I was like, okay, this red chair session, I don't know nothing about it yet. I'm like, okay, cool. So our first red chair session was supposed to be how long?
I don't know, but you would say a long time. That's all I know. You see a long time. Did we didn't end up having to get food. I don't think we had to get food,
We
but you
didn't
was
have to
here.
get
It
food.
wasn't that long, but you see a long time.
It was a long time. And when I tell y'all, this woman is gifted in being able to pull things out and help you understand and just paint a picture. And we just connected on a whole lot of other things too, though. And it was wonderful. So
I'm
get you a
still
red
trying
chair.
to figure out how I did not know you all these years though. Like you're so my person that I just don't know how from all these dolphin experiences I did not know you before then. But baby, once I got my hold on you, I ain't let you go. I will not let you go.
I love it. And I said the same thing. I was like, because somebody said your name before, and I was like, I don't know who Monique Spence is. I was like, I have no idea who that is. And they were like, are you sure? And I'm like, I don't know. Here's another dolphin saying, hey, it's Alexandria in the
Hey,
house. Hey.
yay.
All right, next question, because we'll be on here all day.
Oh,
Next
all day.
question.
You're right. You're right. Okay, focus, focus, focus.
So you mentioned resilience. So I'd like to know, how are you intentional about practicing resilience for your life?
Well, it's a constant practice and a constant effort of work. And so all the things that I teach are really what I do. So my teaching is my action. And one of my clients recently said to me, and it made kind of clear that the pivot is my superpower. And she said, just watching you do what you do is very impressive. And at the time, I mean, I really had to take a few moments and process what people see. And so I'm very transparent when life is happening to me with my clients so that they can learn from how I do the process, not just read or hear me teach how I do the process. So when something happens, I immediately pivot out of that space and don't let the negativity drown me, because in a little drown, you end up in the hole. And I try to stay out the hole as quickly as I can. So it isn't that life doesn't happen to me, but my resilience is really in moving quickly so that I don't get consumed by any of what just happened. But I maintain that same thing I said. If I'm not happy and smiling, my phone don't ring. And the phone don't ring is really a proverbial for opportunities don't come, or that thing that was looking for me won't see me that day because I wasn't available to be seen. But my energy
Hmm.
has to be in the right place, just my vibe. And if it's off, things around me are off. But that's true for
Yeah.
everybody. I just know how to get out of it quickly. So I would say my pivot is my superpower on that one.
I love that. And we've heard from a couple other women who talk about, they give themselves 24 hours or they give themselves a time limit, right? Like something
Yep.
bad happens, they're like, all right, I'm gonna sit in this for a minute, but
Yep.
then I gotta get up out of here and do something different.
Yep. And sometimes that minute could be 15 minutes or it could be a whole
Mhm.
day, but never longer than a day. If it lasts any longer than let me say, if it lasts any longer than into the next day, you're choosing it. And that's where you have to be very conscious that you have to quickly choose something different, because staying in that
Right.
hole will keep you in the hole.
Absolutely. And that's what you said, a choice, right?
It's
We all
choice.
have a choice to be in that space. We
Yep.
choose whether or not we let someone take our joy. We choose whether or not we stay in situations for far too long. We make a choice to do those things.
Absolutely. Yes.
Girl, I love
Good.
it. I
We
love
need to
it.
turn this into a whole night of conversation. We need to invite the girlfriend. See, that's us trying to get back to real life like yesterday. Look at me. I'd have turned a 15-minute interview into a party. I'm sorry. Let me get my life together.
Listen, let's go. We gonna listen, whether it's a 10, 15 minute interview, whether it's we gonna do it all. We gonna party
Yes.
all the time, no
I want
matter
all the
what we're
things.
doing. So Alexandria talking about that's a tight timeline.
Well,
I think
you
she's
can't
talking
say.
about that 24 hour, but you gotta do it, right?
Got to get out. You just got to get out. I know that it may seem like you want to wallow or give more life to something, but doing that only takes moments of your life. So you stay present, because the reason that you got to get out the next day is because it's already in the past. So if you're present to the next day is not mired in what happened yesterday, no matter what it
Absolutely.
was. And you can't be worried about tomorrow either, because then we at past, future, and neither one is real. All we have is right
Is the
now.
present, the
Yep.
present moment.
Yeah.
Yep,
So sorry,
absolutely.
boo, but no more than 24 hours. That's it. That's all we got.
Listen, and then Tiffany over here talking about let's do a party. So you
See,
know
she ready.
she
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 ready to
all
party too. I'm here for it. You hear me? I'm ready to party. I'm ready. I'm ready.
so, and I do want to say before we ask the next question, so Alexandria is saying she needs baby steps, and I get that,
Yeah.
right? And so you have to do what's good for you in that moment, and then you go on, right,
Yes.
to what's
It
next.
it it takes practice to catch it quicker. It really does. Let me
Yeah.
say that, and that's part of the journey of coaching with me is teaching you how to think different about what's happening and think different about what has happened. And when you start to put the past in a different perspective, we I teach you how to look at everything as just data collection, right? And once we collect the data, we remove the emotion from it. So it's like an Excel spreadsheet, right? What do you do with the Excel spreadsheet once you put all the stuff in it? You forget about it, right? You've just logged it. And so once we can properly shift our emotion out of the things that have happened, then it becomes a lot easier to catch the current thing. So it's a work in progress, and baby steps is appropriate for everyone. I'm just telling you that where I am in my desire to just want to live not in any hole, it's worth it to me to get out that quick.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I just this chat is on fire and I'm not sure. Girl, so I don't know if you so Tiffany, Alexandria and we have all been friends for a long time in the
I
same
didn't know
circle.
that. Okay.
Yes. So
Oh, I love y'all.
Tiffany is sitting up here. Alex needs a session with Coach Mo. So we
We go get us a little. You know what? Maybe I'll bring this discussion to tea with Tiffany, and we can chop it up there
come on
collectively.
now, tea with Tiffany.
See,
We
and
do a
with
group discussion.
a
Look,
little
I
Coach Mo
love pulling
combo. Look at
together.
that. Come on.
I absolutely love it. Okay, next question before we
Okay.
on here for 30 minutes. And I
Okay.
know you got stuff to do.
All right.
So it
I'm
is
ready.
Women's History Month. And with that, I would like to know who is a woman that you admire and why did you select that woman?
I tried not to really read much into your questions before. I skimmed them and I was like, let me answer in a moment. But this is one that really, really was a little hard to just come up with a one answer. So, I mean, obviously, I don't got no quick answers for nothing, but I'm going to tell
You
you the
about to
truth.
break you about to break the rules. You about to break the rules.
No, I, got, I am. I'm break the rules, okay? Because I don't have no other way. So first, I got to tell you who I wanted to be when I grow up. Okay, so I wanted to be Whitley Gilbert combined with Regine, not Kim Fields, but Regine, with a Janet Jackson Colgate smile. Right? Okay. So that's who I wanted to be when I grow up. So then I grow up and I meet Miss Sharp, and Miss Sharp puts a spin on exactly who I really want to be. I want to
Can y'all
be
you gotta
all
tell
of
the
that.
people who Miss Sharp
Oh,
is
Miss
though.
Sharp,
You got
right. Okay, so Miss Sharp, who many people have had, depending on if they were Whitney Young, but who also taught my mother at Marshall. Little known Black History women's fact for you.
come on.
See, so our Frances Lyman Sharp is one of the most influential educators of lifetime, and she was the English speech teacher at Whitney Young, and she was a dangerous teacher to take because she failed seniors with no issue. So if you took a class as a freshman and then again as a senior, you possibly were crazy, and I was one that was crazy. And after college, after I came back from college. Let me say that because I quituated, not graduated, but quituated. Anyway, after college, she became one of
Situated.
my closest friends. And I
Mm.
spent a lot of years with Miss Sharp doing Wednesday night Bible studies and then going for wine. And
What?
many
Let me
years,
find out. Let
many
me
years.
find out.
And so we would hang out and she would tell me stories, but there were lots of life lessons in those stories, but they were all mired in curse words. And that sealed the who I wanted to be when I grew up. And so I think that I've done an excellent job of being just a little Southern charm with just a little flirty with a Colgate smile and lots of curse words.
Only you, Monique Spence. Only you.
So that's me. My spiritual side is definitely my grandmother, and my ability to try anything is my mother. But you put all of that together, and it's just me.
Only you. I love it. So that is what, and one of the things I do appreciate too is we had a guest earlier, one of my sorority sisters from college talked about the first woman that she thought about was Claire Huxtable. So
Mm,
these, when we think about these shows, right,
yeah,
that were influential to us as we got older, and we're like, man, I love that character. I love what she's doing. I love how she's moving, whatever the case may be. And I just really appreciate that. Those were influences in our life.
yeah, absolutely. And just to be, I don't want to be all like that person. For me, it was a little bit of this and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And that's how I kind of fused together how I wanted to show up in a room, show up in the world, show up interacting with people. And then Ms. Sharp solidified all of the rest of the ways to actually do that and add my personality and spice without what is that, asking for forgiveness. This is me.
Yes, this
And
is who
even
you
as a
are. Yep.
coach, that is who I am. So I'm not for everybody, but I
Yes.
am damn sure for who I'm for. And
Yes.
sometimes that has actually come across by me using a curse word and someone letting their guard all the way down, instead of
Mm.
thinking that this is is just going to talk to me like this and tell me these things. I ain't that person. And so if I can't keep it all the way real, we can't do this thing because it ain't going to work. So that really played a huge role in, who I am all the time.
And that's such an important point. Who you are for, and who you're not, you're not. And it's just as simple as that.
I'm
Everyone
good
does
with
not have
that.
an appetite for everybody, and that's okay. So
Yep.
I love that. Well, as we wrap this up, I'm putting together a playlist. And for that playlist, we want to get our women's empowerment on. We want to kick it. We want to do all that. What is your go to women's empowerment song?
Bad Mama Jamma.
That's a yes. Yes.
That is my theme song. That is my theme song. When I walk in the room, play that. She is a bad Mama Jamma, just as fine as she could be.
Absolutely. Oh, I can't wait to hear this whole playlist. We're gonna have so much fun. We're gonna have That's gonna be at the party, girl. We're gonna have the
Yes,
playlist at the
at the
party.
party. Yes.
And we're gonna kick it with all the songs. I love
It's gonna be
it.
so great. I can't wait. And when it's my theme song, I'm taking over the floor.
You're right. You're gonna get up on there like, hey.
Hey! I can't wait for this party. I'm excited
Oh my
already.
girl, I don't know when we doing the party, where we doing the party, how we doing it, but
It could
you
be
know.
outside on the lake when she opened the lake for all I care. I just want to be together, hug tightly, and sing songs.
I love it. Monique Spence, better known as Coach Mo, I want to thank you for joining me today, for the laughs today. These are so great. Y'all don't understand how fun these interviews are. And, you know, they're just wonderful. So, closing
It's a
us out with, is
pleasure.
there anything that you would like to share with the audience that is watching today?
I'm going to say stay close to my page because I have a huge announcement coming before the end of the week. So that's all I'm going to
It's today,
say.
Thursday, girl.
Like I said, before the end of the week. So
Okay.
stay close to my page because I have been manifesting, I have been teaching manifesting, and I have a huge announcement around it. So stay tuned for more. All of my socials, I'm Monique Spence everywhere. MoniqueSpence.com, Monique.Spence on the Instagrams, and Coach Mo on Facebook and Clubhouse. So if you're looking for me, I can be found. If you want one of these infamous red chairs, come get you some. And I am here to help the people be better. That's what I'm here for. Think better thoughts and live the dreams that you really have. That's what I'm here for. And so thank
Absolutely.
you,
I love
girl.
it.
Thank you for including me. Thank you for thinking of me. And it has been an honor to watch these conversations with people I knew and people I didn't know. And it's an honor to close out the month with you. I love you to pieces. Keep doing
I
everything that
love
you're
you too.
doing. And your smile is enough to turn any obstacle into an opportunity. And don't you ever forget it. Don't you
Thank
ever
you.
forget
Look,
it.
I don't even have to close out. You just closed out for me. Thank you. Boom. Thank you.
Mic drop.
And just like that, you all, thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Coach Mo. I appreciate you, my dolphin friend. Get you a red chair session, is all I got to say. Your life will never be the same. I promise you.
Amen to
Have a
that.
good day.